Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, for fun, I decided I would join into the fun and do a quick reading. Hi, Nexo. I thought I'd join in the fun and do a quick reading and see what's going on with Tank. Everybody is in an uproar because he said that if a man performed oral sex twice, that he may not be gay. He just needed to do it twice to decide whether he enjoyed it or not. Okay. So, or whether it was something that was for him or not. So, I'm going to just shuffle my cards and see what is going on with Tank. Is Tank gay? Has he experimented? What do we need to know about these comments that he made? Are they showing us a little bit more about his personal life than he intended to? And there's no coincidence, you guys, that he has a new album that's coming out today. So, of course, it's good for him to be on the tip of our tongues this morning. So I am going to just pull a few cards and see. Is Tank, and Tank had like one of my favorite songs is by Tank. Fucking With Me. That song. I love that song. So I would really hate to think that Tank is playing for both teams, but let's see what's going on. Okay, so is Tank gay? And what do we need to know about these comments that he made regarding fellatio? The first card I have is the card for the drifter, which is talking about instability. Okay. The next card I have is the card for the brat, which is talking about immaturity, followed by the card for the big spender. And so this is saying that his instability, the instability of his mind, how quick he was on his feet, evidently, when they asked him this question, it shows his immaturity, and it's actually going to cost him. So there are going to be people who are going to judge him for these comments that he made, and they may or may not continue to be fans with him, fans of his, because of these off-color comments that he made about oral sex. The next card I have is the card for the messenger. Okay, so we got a message coming through. The next card I have is the card for the nobleman. Okay, so this card is reminding us of our noble heritage. This would be in reference to Tank saying, you know, you come from a noble bloodline. You are nobility. People listen to you. You have a platform. You need to think about that. The next card I have is unconditional love. So they're saying that people love him. Okay. People, the message is that he's a nobleman. People recognize him, they respect him, they appreciate his music. Okay. So ultimately his fan base should remain intact. His reputation is not going to be permanently damaged, but it may cost him a few followers, a few fans, because that's what they told us in the row before. They said that he didn't respond to the question appropriately. He didn't respond to it maturely, and it is going to cost him. Let's keep going. The next card I have is the card for karma. Okay, so this is again talking about consequences of the comments that he made, followed by the card for the witch. And this is speaking about the ability to change reality, to make things appear or work the way that you want them to, okay, to manifest that which you choose to experience. Followed by the card for the end of illusions. Okay, so it's saying, yeah, there will be some karma from this, but realistically, this is going to work out exactly as he wanted it to. Just like I told you guys when I started the reading, he has an album that's coming out today. So Tank is not a fool. He probably wasn't expecting that particular question, but I'm sure that he is enjoying the fact that everyone is talking about him, that he's a trending topic right now, just in time for his album. So we need to see that clearly. He's not a fool. He didn't actually say that he performs fellatio on men. He just said that it could be possible that if someone did it once or twice, they did it once or twice, they figured out it wasn't for them. And so that doesn't mean that they're gay. That's what he said. I'm gonna turn over one more row. I have the card for regret. Okay, so Tank is he's regretting this a little bit. I have the card for the gambler. It's talking about a risk that he took, followed by the card for stability. Okay, so he kind of regrets the strategy or lack thereof, because the ancestors already told us on the first row that he did not respond to this as a mature person would. Okay, and that it is going to cost him a little bit, and it's probably going to cost him in the form of worry and regret, which is what we see here. You know, he probably is like, man, I don't want anybody thinking, you know, that I'm performing fellatio, but it is what it is. I got this album coming out, and you know, if it makes them check for me, then I'm cool with that. Let me turn over another row. I get the card for bliss, which is talking about happiness. Okay. I get the card for logic, and I get the card for the minion, which talks about being on a fool's errand. Okay. And so he's saying, so these cards are saying that he's happy to have the exposure. He's happy to be a trending topic. He's happy about that, but he does realize that he was sent on a fool's errand. He realized that he was baited into saying something that he would have probably never even dreamt of talking about on a nationally syndicated radio station. I'm going to turn over one more row. I have the card for the ancestors. Okay, so the ancestors are going to close it out for us. I have the card for the arrival. So this is talking about at this time, followed by the card for the student. Okay, so the ancestors are saying at this time, you guys need to study. Okay, so now I got to turn over another row because I need to know what it is that they're telling us that we need to study as it relates to this situation. I have the card for the initiate, which is talking about going through something, followed by the card for the revealer. So it's being revealed to us that at this time, we are going through, I have the card for the vampire. So at this time, we are going through a drain of energy. So the ancestors are chastising us for even making this a thing, okay? They're saying you guys are letting this silliness, this foolishness and fuckery, which is why I titled this live that, because really that's what it is. The ancestors are saying that you guys are allowing this foolishness and fuckery to distract you from the things that you have going on in your life. You know, we can probably do better, but I'm gonna let them keep talking, okay? I have the card for the visionary. So this is talking about what we see. The card for the diva, and that's someone who wants things the way that they want them. It could also be talking about Tank himself because he is a singer, a performer. Ooh, I get the card for the gravedigger shovel. Okay, so they see danger. They see danger for Tank. Ooh, let's keep going. I get the card for charisma, which is talking about a person being charmed, followed by the card for the oracle. So the story is, followed by the card for obstacles. Okay, so they're talking now a little bit more about how this might affect his career or his reputation. They're saying that we are all being distracted by the news of these comments, and he himself is full of regret. They told us that in an earlier card, but they're saying right now, you know, he didn't use a very good strategy. He sort of departed from his nobility when he even answered or addressed the question. But he is happy about the publicity that it's gotten him because he has an album that is dropping today. So that's no coincidence, but he does not like the nature of the publicity. And the story is that he was charmed into creating obstacles for himself. So he's fully aware. Right now, Tank is somewhere holding his hair, realizing like, damn, I got to try to live this down. I got to clean this up. You know, people are really wondering if I'm selling it or not. I get the card for distractions, followed by the card for chaos, followed by the card for the soulmate, which talks about being closely bound to something. So right now, the ancestors are saying that we are all being distracted, that Tank himself is being distracted by the chaos that's been created by these ridiculous comments, that had he been a little bit more noble and a little bit more mature, he could have found a different answer. Okay, he could have swerved that question and not be sitting here. But because he has an album dropping, any publicity is good publicity. And like my theme song, you guys, if you are familiar with my channel, my theme song says, if nobody talks about you, then you're nobody. Okay, so Tank is definitely subscribing to that school of thought right now. He really has no choice. He has to keep going. So they're saying that he's distracted by the chaos that these comments created. I'm going to turn over one more row and just to see what the ancestors have to say as we close out. I have the card for the graduate. It's talking about something growing or increasing, followed by the card for the elder. Okay, so he's going to learn from this. He's going to be more mature going forward. Thank God. And then I get the card for disappointments. Okay, so the ancestors are saying that because of this situation and the disappointment that he's feeling right now, he's disappointed in himself, you guys. He's like, damn, why did I say that? Why didn't I say something else? He is really kind of going through it because, you know, he's a ladies' man, clearly, you know, and he does not want anyone to doubt that. So he is having a little bit of regret about the statements that he made, but he's definitely going to mature going forward. He will probably never be caught off guard like he was with that particular question. So I hope this has been fun for you guys. A little bit of foolishness and fuckery never hurt anybody. Thank you for joining. And I will talk to you soon. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel. Also share the channel and go and watch some of my great videos. We have a lot of good videos on the channel already and more coming. And I appreciate your support. Have a great day. Oh, and if you would like to book a private reading or a spiritual counseling session, you can do so by visiting www.blackspectrumnetwork.com. Okay. And also we have a 2-day spiritual boot camp coming up November 2nd and 3rd. You can find out more information about that also by visiting www.blackspectrumnetwork.com. The class that I'm teaching is called Stop Bitching and Start Witching. Okay, so if you are having problems manifesting those things in your life that you would like to enjoy, if you are frustrated with your progress, whether it's in your love life or your career, or just in general, even with your spiritual growth, I'm going to teach you strategies and principles to be able to influence those areas of your life to make real and measurable changes in your life. And the class is only $66. So it's cheaper than a reading, you guys. So please head on over to www.blackspectrumnetwork.com to find out more about the classes and all of our products and services. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good day.